Let's begin with if. Like all keywords in C++, it's spelled all lowercase. And the syntax is if, round bracket, some condition, end round bracket, what to do when that condition is true. The round brackets are not optional. If you leave them out, you're going to get a syntax error. Your condition could be something like x is greater than 0, y plus 2 is greater than some function or another, any expression you like, and you can test against things that are not Boolean values. You can test against numbers, and it's quite common actually to see C++ people do that. When somebody tests against 7 or other variables that are not Booleans, they're converted to Booleans using the rules we talked about before. 0 is false, everything else is true. Go into the if or not. So for example, if x is greater than 3, y is equal to 7. You can put a line break in there if you like this. They're both exactly the same. Compiler couldn't care less. And it's important to note the compiler does not read indents and doesn't understand anything special based on whether or not you indent the lines. Those are for humans. So if you're going to have your action across multiple lines, you have to enclose it in braces. And I prefer to use them even for a single line, like this. If x is greater than 3, open brace, y is equal to 7, close brace. The reason I prefer them is simple. When you go and add a second line, you can add it in between the braces and it'll still work. If you just add a second line when you didn't have any braces and you forget to add them, you get weird bugs because nobody complains, but the second line gets executed every single time, regardless of whether the if is true or not. So as a best practice, always have braces even when there's only a single line in your action. Now you can have an else clause if you like. It just goes immediately after the if, and it has all the same rules about single line, multiple line with braces. Best practice is to have braces. You don't have to have an else if you don't want to. If you have a lot of ifs and elses all kind of muddled up together, sometimes the compiler can match ifs up with the wrong else. Braces can help there to make it really clear what your intent is.